What have I been up to? Hello and welcome. I'm Akram Birth, and you're watching Akram's Ideas, bringing creative and crazy ideas to life. This is an off-the-cuff episode of Akram's Ideas, where I'm just going to share with you some random happenings, things I've been sewing, what my plans are, and where have I been the last few weeks. So let's jump into it. I haven't been posting, I think, in the last 2 weeks, and then even in October, I was kind of hit and miss whether I got a video up, and there are a ton of reasons why this has occurred. Let me talk about my dental thing. I probably still sound pretty weird to you guys if you've been watching my videos for a while, and if you didn't see in my last video, I made mention that I am going through a process of fixing my TMJ, which is a lockjaw problem that I've had since I was about 19 or so, and there's a new procedure where they don't have to break your jaw. It's kind of like an inverted brace, so instead of the brace is sitting on the outside of your teeth, it's sitting on the inside, pressing the jaw sort of in place. My last video I had done, I had just recently got the dental gear, and I was in a lot of pain, and that's another reason why I hadn't been posting videos, because I just did not feel like recording. There was a good 2-3 weeks where my mouth hurt. On the plus side, the gear that I have to wear, I can remove. I'm not supposed to technically. I'm supposed to take it off to brush my teeth and clean it and put it back in, but I'm supposed to wear it as often as possible in order to correct the jaw. But if it got too painful, I could take it out, and I'm trying not to ever take it out except to clean, only because I want it to work and I don't want to wear it any longer, because depending on the situation, I may have to wear this longer period if I'm not using it as I should. So I'm hoping that in the 3 months time where they thought I was supposed to wear this, and then I'm going to go to phase 2, which I'm not quite sure what phase 2 is, in the process, hopefully this is all going to get fixed. And I can already feel a difference just on the side of my face, that it's not as tight, and I don't pop my jaw as often. And when I did pop my jaw, I did a few days ago, it wasn't painful. So that's, it looks like it's working. So that's one thing. And I will say, I actually recorded another video over the weekend. We recorded the last fabric haul of the year, and oddly enough, I had brushed my teeth that morning, and I took out the gear so that I could brush my teeth, and I forgot to put it back in. And it was probably subconsciously, I don't want to put it back in. And so I recorded that whole video, I ate lunch, I did a bunch of stuff, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't put that thing back in my mouth. So, yeah. So that video is actually probably going to sound a lot better than this video. But that one's going to be coming out probably next week or at the end of this week. I still have to edit it. And I wanted to give you a sort of in-between video here of what's all been going on. Why haven't I posted consecutively? Because of all the things that are going on. So yeah, the dental gear had caused some problems. It doesn't hurt anymore. Like, my teeth aren't sore, my mouth isn't sore, I'm okay. It's just annoying as heck. It's like having an everlasting gobstopper in your mouth, because it feels like there's something in your mouth, like a sucky candy or something, and it just doesn't go away. Overall, I hope that it is in the end going to resolve some of my dental issues. Speaking of self-improvement with the dental gear and stuff, and that's what this dental gear is all about, is, you know, I'm 2 years, I just turned 38 on October 13th, So I'll be 39 next year and I'll be 40 in 21. So I wanted to make sure that, you know, anything that I could do to improve my health now, I want to do it now. So by the time I'm 40, I'm kind of on the right track for healthy lifestyle. And so that's one of the reasons I'm having the TMJ work done, is that the pain that I would get, especially on cold mornings where my jaw would lock up and stuff, I'm like, I don't want to get out, I don't want to have this problem when I'm 65 and might have arthritis and other health problems. I don't want to have this jaw pain. And so that's why I went ahead with the dental stuff. Aside from that, other well-being stuff is this summer I got tested for my hearing, and I've always known that I've had some hearing issues. I've never been very good at hearing. I took a hearing test back when I was a teenager, and they did say that I would benefit from hearing aids, but at the time it just wasn't on my radar. And of course, as a teenager, you don't want to be like, hearing aids, that's an old person's thing. And my husband encouraged me to get tested again, and again they said that yes, I could benefit from hearing aids. It wasn't any kind of damage that's been caused to my ears. They said it's probably genetic. I was probably born with it, and I just have a weird hearing differential where certain frequencies I can't hear, so I can't determine the consonants of certain sounds. And that's why probably I have a lot of problems pronouncing words, and all through grade school I had to take speech class because I couldn't differentiate some sounds, which you'd think that they would do hearing tests for that, but anyways. So with that said, my husband encouraged me and I got hearing aids. So you can't even see them. They're really tiny in the back of my ears here, and it's been revolutionary. I can't tell you how much you don't notice that you're not hearing until you get hearing aids. It's amazing. I mean, it's like I could hear, and I could hear just fine. I just couldn't always catch what somebody was saying, but more importantly, like environmental sounds, I could not tell what direction it was coming from. So if like I hit the beep on my car, I could hear it beep. I just couldn't tell, was it coming from over there or was it coming from over here? And now I can tell. I can immediately, when I hear that beep, I can tell that it's coming from a certain direction. So directionally, that has been amazing. I can definitely say that my students probably appreciate it, because before, if a student had a question, I would have to like ask them to say it a second time, or I would have to get actually right in front of their desk to even hear what they were saying. And I haven't had that problem at all since I've got these. I mean, there's been one or two times where the students kind of mumbled, but other than that, I can hear what they're saying. I can hear what people are saying like down the hall, and it's been really, really nice. And another perk of these particular hearing aids are they're Bluetooth capable, which means I can stream music and YouTube from my phone to my hearing aids and don't need any headphones or anything like that. So it's been a nice feature that I've been apprehensive about taking the plunge and doing that, but I don't regret it. I actually am very fortunate to have the abilities to get those, and I'm very happy with them. More on the wealth bandwagon there, health and wellness bandwagon. I started this summer taking a weightlifting class at the university, and I think I may have posted something about this in my Instagram stories a while back or so, but I had been on this road of trying to lose some weight and everything, and this summer I had the opportunity to join a weightlifting class that they offer at the university, and it's been really, really good. I think the biggest thing is the fact that I joined the class and I wasn't just going by myself, because it includes several of my coworkers who if it was a class of people that I didn't know or didn't associate with, like something off campus, I probably wouldn't stick with it as much. But because they're my coworkers, they will like email me, hey, you're gonna walk over there with us, right? You know, I mean, it's sort of that group mentality, and just getting a chance out of the day to go over there. So it's 2 times a week for an hour, and it's really, really good. I'm really enjoying it. And of course, at the beginning, I couldn't lift, you know, like barely anything. You start like with a bench press with just the bar, and the bar is like 40 pounds. And so you just try to lift the bar. But I've got now, I can bench press 65 pounds. I can lift with dumbbell weights. I'm typically between a 17 and a 20. I can do deadlifts at a 40. So I've been really building up the weights, and this actually is a good and bad thing. As many of you know, in my sewing plans for the autumn, I had mentioned that I wanted to make this top 8243 Simplicity. It's a reproduction 40s top, this one here. And I wanted to give it a second try because I actually tried making this in August. And I had similar issues to what I was having with the layaway dress. I mean, there was all this volume right here at the chest, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. And finally, it dawned on me, like, okay, I lost weight and stuff. Let me remeasure myself. And I guess from all the weightlifting, I've built up a lot of muscle on the top that I am now a B cup. I've never really been. I mean, on the bra size, I'm still a C cup, but from the chest to, from the upper bust to the bust, based on my measurements for pattern, I am now a B cup. So I was trying to do these FBAs and trying to add a fullness where I didn't need it, because I didn't need it. Now, that said, so I have according to my measurements, I'm a 40 bust. And that means that I should cut, you know, a 40, right? But with Simplicity patterns, it seemed like their ease was like 3 or 4 inches, because I was getting, like, the finished garment measurements would say for like a 40 bust you get 43 inches of ease. That seems like a lot, and it looked like a lot when I was testing it. So I had to rethink what I was doing. I also got some comments in one of my last vlogs about fitting issues, and they recommended me looking into Nancy Zimmerman's method for fitting, and the problem had been that I was getting a lot of fullness here, because of course I was obviously cutting the wrong size. But her method was to just actually measure the inches of your front upper bust, and whatever inches you are, if you are 14 inches across, you cut a size 14. If you're in between, then you go up a size. And I think I was like 14 and a half or something, and she said if you were 14 and a half, go up the next size. So I went up the next size to a size 16, and that seems to be the trick. It doesn't seem like that method should work, but it does. So what I've found is that despite my circumference of being a 40 bust, if I cut the size for a 38 bust and just grade at the waist to my waist measurement, I seem to be pretty okay. So I've got a 38 at the upper bust, 40 at the bust, 34 at the waist, and then 43 at the hips. And so those are my measurements, and I seem to be doing okay if I just cut a 38 at the bust, and you know, that kind of works. And that's kind of what I did here. This is my hanger dance dress, which I'll talk more about. This was also in collaboration with the Swap Share Sew project, which I did not get done by the end of October like I was supposed to. I got done just a few hours before the hanger dance, actually. But this was a sew over it 1940s wrap dress, and using the things that I learned from all the other fittings, I cut a size 14 and sew over it for the bodice, and I just graded out to a 16 at the waist, and then cut the skirt and the waistband at a straight 16, and it fits perfectly. It fits perfectly on the waist. It was amazing. I did a toil of this, and inadvertently measured the bodice and thought, oh, it's never gonna fit, and so I added links to it, and it came out awful because I did not realize that waist and the waistband is going to be that extra inch. I don't need that extra inch. So I took the waistband off, redid it, and discovered I didn't need any adjustments. So it's actually been going through this process of like trying to make all these adjustments, realizing I don't need to really make any adjustments, has been kind of revolutionary. And after having such success with this, I wanted to make something really quick.
To see more episodes like this, be sure to click the like button, subscribe to Akram's Ideas, and hit the bell icon to get notified of new episodes.
Which is what I'm wearing here. I am wearing a cocoa top from Tilly and the Buttons. It's just, I don't know if you can see, it's just a really basic top in this beautiful fabric that I've had in my stash like forever, waiting for a project. I really wanted to get a cocoa dress out of this. I just did not have the length in the fabric. I just did not have the amount, but it makes a really good, really lovely top with slacks, as you can see here. I've got it with some black slacks. But I cut a straight size 6. I didn't make any adjustments to this. And again, you know, it just kind of baffles the mind about how these patterns are working. Or maybe I'm just measuring weird, who knows. But it seems to be fitting spot on at the moment. So and again, it's kind of weird, and I guess because of all the muscle that I've been getting from the weightlifting, my measurements have just changed. And it just goes to show you that you have to continuously measure yourself and make sure that you are still the right measurements. Monday morning, it dropped down to 26 degrees and it snowed overnight. It wasn't like really heavy snow, but there was piles of it here and there, and it has just plummeted in temperature. It's slowly moving back up. I think today's high is 40, so woohoo! Yeah, the last 2 days were between 20 and 19 degrees, and it's been cold. It's been bitterly cold. But we're moving back up into the 40s. I think we're supposed to be 58, 60 by the weekend, so that's kind of nice. Not 70 again, unfortunately, but I do not do good in the cold, and I don't even want to go sew, because I'm just like, I'm cold, I just want to stay in my blanket and just stay right here in front of the TV. So again, cold weather does not do good for my sewing mojo. But I did want to do some sewing actually on Monday when it gotten so cold, because I don't really have that many slacks in my wardrobe. And if you recall from my autumn sewing plans, I had said that, you know, I wanted to make this blouse again, but I wanted to make these pants. And the last 3 days, I have been looking for this pattern. I have the envelope. I have all the pattern pieces for the blouse. I even have the instructions. I do not have the pattern pieces for the pants or the little vest that comes with this pattern. They weren't originally cut out, so they're folded nicely still, I believe. I have no idea where they are. I have looked everywhere. I have dug through my fabric. I've dug through my patterns. I just don't know what I've done with it. I don't think I've thrown it away by accident. Of course, that wouldn't surprise me. But I just can't. I can't find it. I've looked everywhere that I can think of, and I just cannot find those pattern pieces. Which is weird, because I have all the pattern pieces for the blouse. So I put that aside. I still wanted to make some slacks. I wanted to make some high-waisted slacks, and I've been going through my pattern stash, and I've got a ton of patterns, and it's so hard to figure out what I have and what I don't have. So I just started randomly going through, and I came across New Look 6132. This is 2012, so it's been a while ago. So this pattern here I just randomly came across, and I liked the style of the pants. It's kind of a wide leg pants. I was a little concerned because it said that it was a 1 inch, that the pants wore 1 inch below the waist, and I wanted something a little bit more high-waisted. So I went to the sewing forums, asked for opinions, do I need to add length or something, and it was actually Katrina from Lifting Pins and Needles who said, go ahead and make them and see if you do need them. I mean, obviously a lot of these are made for somebody who's taller. Like a lot of the fit models, there's 5'7" or something, that it might actually fit you at the waist and you won't even need to make a change. So I took her advice. I made a straight 20, which is a 34 waist, it fits perfectly. It fits amazingly. All I need to do is add the side zip and I'm good to go. Oh, I need to hem them. They're extremely long. I mean, hugely long, like a good 2-3 inches long on me. I'm 5'3", so you know I'm not the tallest thing in the world. So I still have to hem them and add the zip, but they fit perfectly. And I made them in this pinstripe fabric. And I'm thinking I have enough left over. I should make a jacket, but I'm not sure I want to make this jacket. I think I want to make something with more of a lapel, so I haven't decided yet what I want to do there. But at the moment, I still need to put the zip in and hem them, which doesn't sound like it's going to take that long. I do want to make some more. I don't have that many like long sleeves, kind of winter appropriate apparel that I've made myself. I actually made still a hoodie recently for Halloween, which again I'll share in my makes video, my next makes video. But I made the Stella hoodie, and I definitely want to make more of those. That was super quick and easy, and I really enjoyed the process. And it's something great because I want to make the hoodie and the joggers. I haven't made the joggers yet, but I want to make the joggers so I can wear some stuff to the gym for my gym class. So yeah, I've got a lot of stuff, a lot of plans. I still have to work on that Vogue 1084 coat, or 1083 coat, that swing coat. The bane of my existence. I still haven't even pulled it out. So I need to work on that, and there's just a lot of things going on. Work has kept me very, very busy this semester in particular, and actually moving forward I'm probably going to be even busier. I was lucky enough to get the opportunity to submit a proposal for a grant, and I was awarded the grant. And with the grant, we joined the Unity Academic Alliance. And for many of you, you probably don't know anything or don't care anything about this, but I teach video game design, and Unity is a game engine that we use in the classroom. It's a free software that you can use, but basically Unity offers a certification program for schools where you can get all the curriculum, but also more importantly, your school becomes a certified school, meaning that your instructors get certified and your students get certified upon graduation, which means to complete the certification training for the program. And the paperwork is still in the works. I'm still kind of waiting for all the paperwork so I can get the curriculum so I can study. But when that happens, I'm kind of on this time crunch to study and take the exam to get certified, which means next semester, from January to May, I'll probably have to do a lot of studying in my free time, so I won't be probably producing as many videos, unfortunately, and maybe not even getting enough time to sew, which little time I have now to sew as well. So there's been that. And then of course on the weekends, I don't always have a weekend to myself, simply because of events that are going on. 2 weekends ago, I spoke at the Oklahoma Game Developers Oklahoma Game Developers Summit. And I spoke at that event. It was a local area event. And this weekend, I'm heading all the way out to Weatherford, which is 3.5 hours or so from Tulsa. So that has a university, Southwestern Oklahoma State University, and they are hosting a game design conference, which I am one of the speakers for that. And so I'll be going to that this weekend. And again, I won't have sewing time. So just a lot of random things that are going on that is taking up a lot more time. And yeah, so that's kind of, I'm just kind of frantic in this kind of like what to do next kind of situation. So if you don't hear from me in a while, you know, that's all what's going on. I hope to have more videos out soon. In the meantime, I hope you guys are doing some amazing sewing projects. I want to live vicariously through you all. So I'd love to know in the comments below, what have you been sewing? And I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Akram's Ideas, and thanks for watching.
And even in a... Does this have like a copyright, or when this was, or when this pattern came out? I don't know if it says when this pattern came out. This is an off-the-cuff episode.